Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, 3 Kids in a Home. I am Tiffany and today I am kicking off part 1 of my Fall Decorate With Me series. This will be a 4-part series, so if you want to see more inspiration for fall decor as well as other home decor, DIY, and organization, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Today I am starting with my entryway. This space has needed an update for quite some time now, so decorating for fall is the perfect excuse to add some pizzazz to this entryway. But first, I need to give these walls a good clean, so I'm going to spray them down with this degreaser by Method. It smells really good and it gets the dirt off the first time. So I do have a cordless stick vacuum, but this little cheap Vase vacuum that I picked up from Walmart is really so convenient, and we keep it out all the time for the kids to use after they eat and things like that, and it really does a good job getting up everything off the floor. So this is my cordless vacuum I was referring to. It's made by Heart and it is convertible, so you can use it as a push vacuum or you can convert it to a handheld, which does come in handy for us because we have 2 flights of steps in this house. Next up, I have to get these floors clean. Even though I'm using a Swiffer mop, I'm actually using Bona hardwood floor cleaner. Bona is the only thing that seems to work on my hardwood floors, but if there's something else that will work better that you all use, please let me know in the comments. Once I've gotten my walls clean, I do go back over them with a dryer sheet. This is a really neat trick that I saw on Pinterest that works great at repelling lint and dog hair and dust, which is really great because we do have a dog, so this comes in handy. So the floor is clean, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put my rug grips back on the floor. We really need these on our floor underneath our rugs. It prevents our children from slipping on them because they are always running through the house really fast, so I like to have these underneath the rugs to make sure they don't slip. This rug I ordered from Wayfair.com and it is a little smaller than what I normally like to use for this space. I normally like to use a 4x6 and this rug was 3.3 by 5.3, so I'm not sure if I'm going to end up keeping it, but it does work, so I'll see how it all comes together in the end. As I stated earlier, I have been wanting to add something to this space for a long time, so I decided to go with this cute little entryway bench that I picked up from Walmart.com. We don't like to have shoes in our house, so I figured it would be a good space for guests to come in and sit down and take their shoes off. They can also just wear shoe covers, which we do keep on hand as an option for those who don't prefer to take their shoes off. So this bench was relatively inexpensive. It was only $90 and it is super cute. This was very easy to put together. The only thing we had to do was just attach the legs using 2 screws to each leg. So yes, I did change shirts. It was super hot in here. I had to decrease the temperature and then I had to get comfortable, y'all, so bear with me. So here is the bench all tucked in its cozy corner and I already love it. Next, I'm going to be hanging these 2 floating shelves that I picked up at Ross. There are 2 methods that I use when hanging items on my wall. The first method that I'm going to use today is where I measure my tape from end to end on the item I'm hanging, and then I literally just stick that tape to the wall to determine my beginning and end points for my screw holes. So right now I am just placing these shelves in different positions on the wall to make sure that I get the look that I'm looking for when it comes to the height and spacing. Here I am taking my measure tape and just sticking it on the wall, and then I'm going to use a leveler to make sure that my endpoints are straight that I've marked out. I'm then going to use a stud finder to see if I actually need to use the drywall anchors or if I can just screw them in. Something I always like to see, this thing levels. I am the leveling queen. So here is how everything looks so far. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some decor to these shelves. I'm just going to play around with the placement until I get something that I'm looking for. This is what I have so far, but hang on, I'm actually not through with that space just yet. I'm going to circle back to it in just a moment. But for now, I'm going to add this cozy little throw pillow that I did pick up from Kirkland's, and I just love the look that it adds to the space. So here I am circling back to these shelves. It still didn't sit right with me, so I'm just moving around some of the decor. I picked up this Dollar Tree vase a few years ago, and I added in these assorted pine cones that I picked up from Hobby Lobby last year, and I do like the look of the space, so I'll leave it for now. So this is what it looks like, but I decided that that blue and white picture that I originally had there just no longer goes with my fall decor that I'm wanting. So I'm going to replace it with a picture that I picked up from the At Home store. I originally bought this picture to go in my formal dining room. However, it turns out it works perfectly in this space. I did buy two of them. They're different but similar. So I'm going to go ahead and hang that here, and this is neutral, so it will transition right into my winter decor as well. The fun part is I did not even need to put new screw holes in the wall. I was able to use the existing screw holes, and this picture just fit right in place. So here is the space with the picture replaced, and I am feeling this a lot more now. So I did want to hop on here really quick and just talk about where I got some of the accessories from. So this cute little planter I picked up from the at-home store this year, and I just really thought it was cute. As I stated before, all this is a Dollar Tree vase with some pine cones that I picked up from Hobby Lobby last year, and I really think it's cute. And the next thing that we have is just this pumpkin. I've collected so many pumpkins over the year, I really can't even tell you where I picked that up from. The next thing that you're gonna see on this shelf is this cute little sign. I picked this up from Ross this year, so this is new to my collection, and I really think it gives that neutral vibe that will go with anything. And then lastly, my daughter picked this pumpkin candle out from the at-home store, and I think it's really cute and it adds some nice color to the space. So I've been wanting something to be able to cover up the security system without actually covering it up. So last year I did have this hanging garland that I was using someplace else, so I decided to place it over our security system, and it actually works, and it's something that's able to just cover it up without actually getting in the way, and it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Alright, here is the other picture that I picked up that goes with the one that's on the opposite wall. So I'm just going to go ahead and hang this up. And for method 2, the only thing I'm going to do is take my level/ruler and measure the distance between the hanging holes, and then just stick that right on the wall to mark my endpoints. The next thing I'm going to add to this corner is this vase. I picked this up from the at-home store, and it is a plastic vase, which is the only thing that I can use that goes on the floor in my house, because as I said, I have kids and a dog, and I don't want to have to worry about anything getting broken if it's knocked over. So I'm just adding these flowers that I picked up from Michael's, and I really love the color that it adds to this space. So the last thing that I'm going to add to this space for now is this wreath. I have had this wreath for about 3 or 4 years now, so I honestly can't remember where I got it from. It's just one of those wreaths that started outside and then I kind of just interchanged them throughout the years. So what I'm going to do is just take a command hook, place that on the door, and then I'll place this wreath on it. It really blends in well with all the rest of the decor that I have in this space. Eventually, I do plan on painting this door, but today just isn't that day. So here is the wreath on the door, and I am finished with this space. Stay tuned for the final look.